As temperatures become frigid, dipping well below freezing, winter arrives at the off-grid cabin. Mother Nature is right on time, delivering a fresh white blanket of snow over the previous gray and brown landscape. The squirrels and chipmunks stored away their nuts and seeds for the long winter that lay ahead, and many of the birds have migrated south to warmer climes. The loons and ducks have flown off the lakes and ponds, which are now freezing up, and the frogs have buried themselves under logs and under the mud. It's a quiet and serene and peaceful time in the wilderness, and nature's clock seems to be right on schedule. Everything is as it should be at the off-grid cabin.
Hi guys, I'm Glenn.
I'm Maureen.
And today we are doing an update. We got some changes and a few things to talk about right here on Cabin Life. Well, we got some more snow today, and we've got lots going on around the off-grid cabin and the homestead. We were going to take our new solar panel that we had delivered. We were going to take that out to our security cams, but really not the day for it, so we can do that tomorrow, eh? So we've got some updates and things that we've been working on, a few projects. We'd like to welcome our new subscribers and visitors to the channel. We've got some new content coming up. We're working on a few things. We've got do-it-yourself fire starter. I've got to make some of that up, so I'll bring you along for that. And we want to make a base camp back here in the far side of our property. And it's not that far from Crown Land. And we're thinking maybe we'll have a base camp set up and do a shelter. And we'll bring you along for that as well. And what else we got going on, Maureen?
One thing I've been working on is DIY soaps, make-at-home soaps, to get something that's more pure soap to do our dishes with and the house cleaning, coming along with that.
And we're going to be doing a video on buying land, finding your dream property, all about Crown Land and the ins and outs, do's and don'ts of that, so stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be doing a few things to do with winter time.
I want to make a snowman. We'll be doing other things and showing you how we enjoy the winter here with all the snow and the cold. As you can see, winter is setting in around the cabin.
Yeah, things are freezing up. The beaver pond is all frozen and snow covered. The water's gone down about 2 feet. And it's pretty amazing to see the ice sheets that are left behind, and as the pond is slowly draining, and which is fine because in the spring it's just going to overburden with that runoff. The froggy pond is also all frozen up, and the ground it's just starting to freeze. It hasn't really frozen, and we've got snow cover and whatnot. It won't be freezing for a few weeks yet, but we've got all the stuff picked up around, outside that's been on the ground and is going to get snow covered. And if you don't get that first snows or two, it'll be locked in for the rest of the winter. If we left a rake or something like that happen to be on the ground, you don't get that out until like March or April of next year. So we saw a few moose the other day. The mama moose is A-OK, made it through the hunting season, as did her calf. And they've been hanging around here for the last, several years now. And I think the calf is about 2 years old. And really nice to see. And lots of deer and so forth around as well. And, in the news, there's been reports now in Canada that white-tailed deer have been diagnosed with C19. So I don't know if it's jumped from human to the wildlife or if it's happening the other way around. I don't know about that, but it has been detected in the white-tailed deer here in Canada, in Quebec. And There's also been studies and research that's been done, I think, down in Michigan, where they've also found it in the white-tailed deer and in deer mice as well. So I'm not sure what the ramifications are of that, but that is something definitely to be on the lookout for and be aware of, right? So
I was reading today about the zoos and the zoo animals. The zookeepers are waiting for a vaccine for the zoo animals. So maybe there's something that they can do for our pets and that too, if anyone's concerned about going to the pet.
With all this snow that we've been getting, the roads are actually not that great around here. Often we don't get the roads plowed until several snowfalls into the year, which actually isn't too bad because where they've been plowing the roads in the more built-up areas, the roads are kind of dicey and icy anyway, right? So we're all stocked up with shopping and whatnot. Maureen goes into town and we're quite well stocked up. So, and it's a good thing too, because the prices aren't going down, are they?
No, I've noticed every month when I go shopping, either the prices are increased or the size of the packages have decreased. So it's all around, it's an increase in cost of our food. So that's one thing we'll be doing this winter, is looking more at preparing more seeds, getting plants going for the garden to have a larger garden to do more canning next year.
And with the price of fuel going up as well, it's just as well that we stock up and do the one single shopping, once a month or what have you, and then be done with it. And it just keeps the vehicle off the road. And it's just less of a carbon footprint all around. That is something, that we're getting on the bandwagon, and we've always been mindful of that kind of a thing. But now we're going to be even more aware of what we consume, how we consume it, and how we dispose of that stuff. As we said earlier, we were going to take the solar panel out to the security camera system, and that we figure that's going to save on batteries. We've been going through so many batteries with different security cameras, the trail cameras, our lights, and all that kind of stuff. And we're thinking that, the solar panel, maybe make a little bit more of an investment on a panel and save on the amount of batteries that we go through in a year. Those batteries are heavy. Like, we have a bucket of batteries that we've gone through, and we want to dispose of those properly. But
we do. There is, we can take them to a battery disposal recycling spot, and we do. We recycle all of our batteries that can be. The other day I stopped into a new small business in town, in the village, and it was so nice speaking to this young lady. All of their products are either local or from Canada, which is awesome, because I think it's really important nowadays to support our local businesses, because they're the backbone of our community and our local economy. We need to support them because then they hire people locally. It was great seeing that there's a new store in the local village.
And in other news, we've been listening and watching. There's been heat waves. There's been floods. We've had reports of volcanoes around the world, quakes. Out in British Columbia here in Canada, there's been flooding and just wicked weather that we've never really seen before. And I guess it is a testament to climate change. And our leadership has been saying that making sure pollution isn't free anywhere is a very smart idea. So it sounds like we're going to be paying a price for what we use, what we consume, and what we throw away. And it looks like there's going to be some levies put on recycling, and everything that we do is going to be scrutinized, and we'll be paying for it in the long run.
I think that's a good idea. It gives consumers the little bit of a wake-up call to, hey, maybe it's time that we changed our mindset of what we buy and how we choose the products that we use.
Well, when it hurts the pocketbook, it makes people kind of pay attention, right? And as we've been watching a lot of these extreme weather events being reported by news media, there really seem to be shining a spotlight on those events and kind of over sensationalizing the fact. But I guess they're trying to make a point and bring it home that climate change is happening, and there's a price that we're going to be paying for it.
We've got a few more cameras coming, trail cams and security cams. We'll get those out, and see what we get. It'll be nice to see some wildlife walking through the wintry woods.
If you've enjoyed our content, give it a big thumbs up, if you will. Thank you for subscribing. That's all for now. We'll see you next time. I'm Glenn.
I'm Maureen.
Over and out.
Take care.